The secret law of attraction really works. Whether you want to believe it or not, it really works, folks. I'm here to tell you this firsthand based on my very own life experiences. Okay, I'm 100% convinced that it works. I came across the law of attraction maybe like 2 years ago, and it's the best thing that ever resonated with me in my whole entire life. Nothing that was said up until that point really resonated with me, whether it was stuff that I learned in school, whether it was stuff that people told me. Nothing really resonated with me until I came across the secret law of attraction, and it changed my life completely. And now today, I'm living in my purpose. I'm attracting things like never before. I'm helping people. I'm inspiring people. I'm doing the thing that a lot of people cannot do. Why? Because the law of attraction is working for me. And if it's working for me, it can definitely work for you. Ask yourself this. When you were a kid, what was it that you were doing that made people get you anything you want? Really think about that for a second. Kids, what is it about kids that make them so adorable, that makes people just want to dive, overboard to do anything for a kid? Ask yourself, what is it? Well, I'm going to give you the answer. You know what it is? Because a kid doesn't have a care in the world. A kid can start crying because they did something wrong, and the parents, try to discipline them, and they'll be happy 2 minutes after, as if nothing ever happened 2 minutes ago. This is the power of the law of attraction. A kid can change his mood like boom, boom, and it's changed. And then on top of that, a kid is able to be happy, and able to smile. These are the things that we as adults should be doing in order to get what we want. But we've lost that. As we grow into being adults, it's about being more serious. It's about being more cynical. We have to be tough, like, creating resistance. That's all we're doing, creating resistance for the things that we want. We're not getting what we want, so we feel we should get angry. We feel we should get upset, when that's not the way to do it. You gotta be like a kid. In order for the law of attraction to work for you, you have to come back to being a kid again. As a kid, I was a really imaginative person. I was into the Mickey Mouse. Yep, I was into the Ninja Turtles and the Sesame Streets. I really like to watch the shows that kids watch on television. And I was really wrapped up in it. One of my favorite shows that I used to watch was Aladdin. I used to like to watch Aladdin, and that was also a show that I like to watch that really sparked my imagination as a kid. But I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me as a kid, and I will never ever forget it till this day. And this is a 100% real story. So anyway, it was my birthday, and I had the greatest mom and dad in the world. At the time, my mom and dad was together, and we stayed in this apartment, right? And so they threw this birthday party for me, right? Like during the day, okay? It was the weekend. And at nighttime, a kid's birthday party is pretty much over, and the adults just take it over and just start doing adult things. And so my party had gotten to the adult stage, where they were celebrating. My party was over. We blew the cake out earlier that day and everything. My party was over. But I was still, just a little young kid. I had to be about 5 years old. I was just walking around, just doing kid things while the adults were, talking and conversing amongst themselves. And just so happened, I strolled outside the back patio door of our apartment. I strolled and went outside, just walking, do things the kids do, And when I got outside, of our apartment, there's this parking lot right outside the slide door, right outside the balcony, the slide door. Okay. I'm just sitting there. I'm just peering into the sky, right? I'm just peering into the sky like a kid, just doing things the kids do, just, just off and just checking out things and the scenery and looking at the trees and things of that nature. And I'm just looking and I'm looking at the sky. And all of a sudden, I see like this little box shape with colors of lights going around it. Like it was like all different color lights going in the formation of a box square. And it was coming over this tree, like right outside my apartment of where we stayed. And I'm just looking at it as a kid, like, as a kid, I'm like, what? I know what an airplane looked like as a kid. Now, I knew what an airplane looked like. My grandfather and my grandmother used to take me to the airport every Sunday after church, so I knew what an airplane looked like. But this object that was coming over the trees was like way much more smaller. And it had patterned colored lights going in different colors like in a box. And so I'm just sitting there looking at this object, this what appeared to be like a UFO. It came down over the trees, right? And it just came down, right? It came down right to near where I was at. It had to be like 30 yards in front of me. And it was in the parking lot. I was above I was like in front of the parking lot, on the back, where my sidewalk meets the parking lot. I was just standing there, and so I'm looking at this object, right? I'm looking at this object and it's sitting there just hovering, and it's gold. It's gold. And I'm looking at it in amazement. I was astonished. I was shocked. I can still see it right now as a kid, and it was a genie lamp. It was a real gold genie lamp, and it was hovering, right? It was hovering. And then I was so shocked. I ran in the house. I dashed back in the house. I went in there. I got the first person I could see. I seen my cousin. I grabbed him by the arm. He was a tall guy. At the time, I predict my cousin had to be at least like 20, 25, 26 years old. So I grabbed him. I said, come on, man, come on. Come out here. You got to see this. You got to see this. You got to see this, man. Come on. Hurry up. So I got him out there. And the object that was hovering, the genie lamp, had disappeared. Now, after this had happened, that stuck with me my whole entire life. It stuck with me forever. When I got to about high school, I began to study like, what is a genie lamp? Like what is this? And I didn't really come across too much information that gave me answers as to what I had just experienced. And so, life goes on. Now I'm like collecting like antique genie lamps, and I have a couple in my home now because it's still in my imagination and I still don't know what this means, but then I came across this thing called the secret law of attraction, and I'm like, what? The secret law of attraction? What is this? And then when I watched the video and I started to see where the story was going, it started to make sense, and I'm just like, hold on. And then I heard this one person say, well, the universe, you can get anything you want. You can attract anything you want into your life in the universe. All you have to do is just speak it. All you have to do is just believe that it's already happened, and it will come to you magically. The universe is nothing but a big genie. And I'm like, hold on. So you mean to tell me I saw that when I was a kid, I saw that, okay, that means, and they say that a genie is in a lamp, like the story Aladdin, and I'm like, okay, I get it now. The universe is like a genie, folks. It's like a genie. But for so long, going through my life, going through my journey, as a teenager, as a young adult, I'm only 30 now, but as a young adult, I was very depressed. I had a lot of anxiety. I had low self-esteem because I had grew up from being a kid, that smile, that happiness, being able to get everything I want. When I began to grow up, it's like all of that stuff began to be taken away from me. Like, nah, it's not that easy. You can't smile and just get anything you want. But the whole time I knew there was something that I was doing that was right, when I was younger versus how I was being treated or the results I was getting when I became a young adult. I'm like, something is not right. You mean to tell me I cannot be this person that's on the inside of me Why can't I? And so I was very frustrated. You know, I was distraught. I didn't know what to do. I started to do self-development. I started to learn about myself because it's like the world around me was telling me that, hey, no, you cannot be a cool person. You cannot be young again. No, you can. It's not cool to be positive. You have to be angry. You have to be upset. You have to give power to all the negative things that are happening in your life. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be happy that you're suffering. You have to be happy in your misery. And I'm just like, no, this cannot be right. But when I came across The Secret, that's when I learned the truth. That's when I learned the truth. The universe is just like a genie. And then when I started to put the law of attraction into practice, and I started to actually speak things into existence, that's when I began to notice everything in my life began to change. And I'm pretty sure you can relate to exactly what I'm saying. So basically what I'm saying is, when you come from out under that rock of self-doubt, talking down on yourself, telling yourself what you're not capable of doing. Oh, I don't look good today. Waking up in the morning, oh man, I don't know if this is gonna be a good day. All the bills that you gotta pay. I wonder if I'm gonna get the money to pay the bills. Just basically just talking yourself out of great things that are coming your way at all times. The universe is always working at all times. It was working when we were kids, and it's still working right now. But you got to get back to being that kid again. You got to get back to saying you are great. I am wonderful. I am going to attract money. I am going to do wonderful things. Everything is happening for me. When I started to talk like this, that's when my whole life began to shift and everything began to go my way. I could drive down the street and all the lights will begin to just turn green. Why? Because I'm thinking that wherever I go, I'm gonna get to wherever I gotta go in divine timing. All the lights gonna turn green. Oh man, I may not have enough money, but I know eventually somebody's gonna give me some money, or there will be a situation set up for me where I can actually make some money and I'll be able to get the thing that I want. Boom, it happens. Oh, well, hey, come with me. I have this thing, this job that you can do. You can make some money, and boom, got the money that quick. All my life, I have experienced divine timing of the universe, but I never thought that it was cool to actually accept it. You know, I would always see mysterious things happen that I could not explain, which they were called coincidences. But I could not explain these things called synchronicities. I'm like, well, what? I can see power and magic happening all around me, but my consciousness was telling me it's not cool to think that this is a magical place. It's not cool to think that the universe is actually giving you what you want. No, you got to do it the hard way. And so for so long, I was seeing great things happening before me, opportunities showing up in my life and everything, but I just did not accept it because of this consciousness I was in. It wasn't until I started to take pride in myself. You know, I started to have self-love. I started to believe in myself and have confidence. That's when I began to use the law of attraction like never before. I began to see the universe as a genie, and all I had to do was speak things that I want, and I know that I would attract it, and it will come. I began to change my whole mind. I began to shift my whole life. My whole paradigm began to shift because I came from out up under the rock, and I stopped looking down on myself, and I started looking up at myself. I started respecting myself. I started thinking that I can do this. I will do that. And that's when everything began to just pan itself out, and I began to live my best life ever. And that's why I'm here right now. That's why I'm able to sit here and tell you this story, because the secret law of attraction really works, whether you believe it or not. I don't even care what is going to happen in the future from now that will be negative. All I know is I can speak anything into the universe and it hears me. Even though it act like it don't hear you, it don't say nothing back. Trust and believe the universe is a genie. It listens to everything you say. And whatever you want right now, if you say it, you may not see the results right now. You may not see it tomorrow, but it heard you. You can best believe it heard you. And everything that people say, it comes to pass. If you say you skinny, I can guarantee you're going to see a commercial with McDonald's for a triple cheeseburger. If you say you want to be a brewski guy, husky, you want to be strong, I can guarantee you, you go to the shopping store, you're going to run into a personal trainer. He's going to be right there He gonna be right there in the produce section beside you, and he gonna say, "What's up, man?" He gonna say, "Nothing much." You be like, "You like this fruit, man?" You be like, "Yeah, man, I like that fruit. Yeah, you all right, man?" He like, "Oh, man, I'm all right, man. I just got out the gym. I'm a personal trainer. Nice to meet you, man." You be like, "Dang, man, your handshake strong, man. Okay, what's up? Yeah, man. Well, you can sign up. Meet me at the gym. Matter of fact, I'll give you a free training session." You can guarantee the universe is gonna put things into your life based on what you say about yourself. Say positive things, folks. Say great things. It's gonna come to pass. I can guarantee you the secret law of attraction really works. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Trenius Henderson of the infamous Living Room Network. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.